Good day everyone. Heto na naman tayo nagbabalik and we are going to discuss changing time call for new innovations in construction management. But before that everyone, or before that anything else, I would like to invite you to please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to my channel and share this video, and of course follow me on Instagram jpbalsomo12 or jpbalsomo, on Twitter jpbalsomo12, and my Facebook page Engineer John Paul Balsomo and JP Balsomo. So this time guys, we're all about to discuss changing time call for new innovations in construction management. Okay, I am John Paul P. Balsomo, registered electrical engineer, registered master electrician, and MEPF or mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and fire protection engineer. Okay, so phases of project management. So we have 5 phases for project management. First, we have initiating, planning, executing, controlling, closing. Okay, for initiating, this is where all projects begin. The value of the project is determined as well as its feasibility. Before the project is approved or rejected, these two documents are created to sell the work to stakeholders or sponsors: the business case and feasibility study. Okay, for the business case, here is where you justify the need of the project, which includes analyzing return on investment. Okay, so business case definitely, syempre, business. Okay? Justify the need of the project. Anong mga kailangan ng project? And why we need? Di ba? Return of investment. Syempre, dapat balik investment. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng gumastos ka lang, walang balik. Di ba? Lugi ka nun. So, that is the case for the business case. Okay. So, definitely, ito yung mga condominiums, mga ganyan, di ba? Magpapatayo sila, bebenta nila, di ba? So, there is a return of investment, tumubo sila. Okay? Next, we have the feasibility study. You need to evaluate what the project's goals are or the timeline to completion and how much the whole endeavor will cost. You also know that resources will be required to fulfill the project and if it makes financial and business sense. Okay. So, dito papasok yung kung gaano katagal yung project, di ba? Kung gaano katagal yung timeline niya, yung completion niya, kung magkano yung gagastusin. So, that's under the feasibility study. No? What resources will be required? Ano mga kakailangan, no? Tsaka mga financials, mga business sense. So that's the feasibility study. And every projects that we have, meron talagang feasibility study. So that is very common to all of us. Lalo na pag nasa construction industry tayo. Okay? Next, planning. So after initiating, nag-execute tayo, nag-initiate tayo, syempre, hindi mabubuo kasi yung project without initiating, no? So, halimbawa, nagka coffee lang kayo dyan. Then, after that, na-initiate, napag-isipan ninyo na magpatayo ng isang building. So, that's under initiation. So, after initiation, let's proceed to planning. Okay. If the project is approved, then the next step is to assemble a project team and to start planning how to manage the project so it can achieve its goal within budget and on time. The project plan will include what resources are needed, financing, and materials. The plan also gives your team direction and the following. So, sa planning, dito na yon. Most probably, umaabot siya ng 3 to 5 years ang planning. Kasi medyo mahirap yan eh. I-evaluate mo pa, kailangan mo ihanda yung resources, no, yung mga gagastusin, yung mga gagamitin. That's under the planning. So, very important din yung planning. Dito papasok yung mga plans, review, if there are some na changes, no? So, under planning yan. Okay? So, sa planning, dito rin, no? Na, yung project, kung paano i-manage, no? Kung ano mga kailangan, yung mga resources nga, sabi ko kanina. And of course, yung budget, pasok ba, no? Yung Yung time ba, sapat ba? So, that's under planning. So, very important, hindi tayo mag-skip sa execution after initiation, pupusi tayo sa execution, hindi pwede. Dapat dadaan tayo sa planning. Medyo matagal-tagal nga minsan yung planning. Siguro, 1 year, okay na rin, minimum na yan, ang planning. Pero most probably, yung planning is umaabot ng 3 to 5 years. Kagaya nga sa project ko na nahawakan, nag-planning is almost 3 years. Bahay lang yun ng isang bilyonaryo dito sa Pilipinas. So, umabot ang planning namin ng more or less 3 years. So, hindi ko na yun naabutan sa execution na ako pumasok. Okay. So, the followings are the scope, the definition, the task, the schedule. Okay, the scope. There will be a written scope statement that reiterates the need for the project and what its deliverables and objectives are. So, pag si project management ka, malalaman mo itong scope na ito. Siyempre, unang-una nito, yung mga scope ng kanya-kanyang contractor. Although there are some may general contractor na sinasabi, pero hindi yan mapoprovide lahat ng general contractor. Meron tayong tinatawag na subcontractors. Halimbawa, sa GenCon, gagawa lang siya ng structural, architectural, pero hindi niya kayang gumawa ng electrical. Okay. Although he is a GenCon or he or she is a GenCon, kaya niyang gumawa, pero it is not his or her specialization. Hindi niya specialized yung klase ng trade na iyan. So, that's the scope. Diyan magbabase rin yung scope. Okay, the next is definition. Here, you break down the larger deliverables into smaller ones, which will help with managing them. Okay, so meron kasi tayong minsan tinatawag na OSM or Owner Supplied Materials. So definitely minsan yung mga ganyan, yung mga mamahalin na mga gagamitan, OSM na yan. Kasi there are instances na yung contractors hindi nila kayang isupply, hindi nila kayang bilhin, and other than that, wala silang supplier. So mas maganda na kung owner supply ang mga ganyang materials. So mostly yan, no, sa mga projects na nahawakan ko, yung mga deliverables yan or mga OSM, yan yung mga wires pag sa electrical. So mga malalakihan kasi yan. Pag sa mga buildings, mostly kinukuha na yan ng owner yung bakal, no, mga steel bars. So hindi na yan yung nagsusupply yung GenCon, kundi yung nagsusupply niyan yung owner mismo. Okay, so task. Identify what tasks are necessary to produce the deliverables. Figure out if the tasks are dependent on other task. Okay, task. Yung mga task, di ba? So, isa rin yan sa pinaka-importante sa project management. We have the schedule. That's very important, or this is the most very important. Determine the duration of the task and set dates for their completion. Okay. Kasi either instances, although we have a timeline, we have a schedule, pero na-i-extend kasi siya, no? Kasi hindi naman talaga perfectly na na-estimate natin na matatapos natin ito, kasi mayroon tayong mga kino-consider. Halimbawa, sa pagtayo ng building, hindi natin yan or minsan i-consider natin yung ulan, yung hindi inaasahang pag-ulan, hindi inaasahang klima, di ba? So halimbawa naka-schedule tayong magbuhos ngayong araw pero umulan. So isa sa mga pinaka-importante yan, no? Yung schedule. So although naka-schedule tayo kasi nag-ulan, hindi naman natin pwedeng sayangin yan, no? Itutuloy natin. Kasi masasayang lang yung semento natin, masasayang lang yung mga slabs na magagawa natin dyan kasi uulan. So napaka-importante din yan. Kagaya rin paghuhukay, excavation. So habang or umuulan, malakas yung ulan. Sa hindi inaasahan, no? Ang inaasahan natin within this day matatapos yung excavation. So kaya lang umulan because due to climate change. So napaka-importante din yan yung mga considerables na ganyan. Okay. Yung next, we have the cost. Syempre, presyo. Estimate the cost involved across the project and formulate a budget. So, yan yung isa rin sa pinaka-importante, yung cost, no? So, estimate natin Minsan we have a pre-bid, we have a clarified bid, and we have a final bidding. So mga ganyan, no, na for the sake na talagang hindi rin malulugi si owner, hindi rin malulugi si Gencon. Okay? We have the quality, of course. Aside of quantity and costing, we have the quality. Make sure the quality objectives are met throughout the project. Okay. Kasi ganito lang yun eh. Very simple lang sa construction, kailangan natin makamura tayo, pero di kalidad. Ganun lang yun. So, syempre, hindi rin natin isa-set aside yung quality ng project. Okay? Dapat matibay. Napasado yung strength ng mga materials, pasado yung lahat-lahat, no, mga testing. So, walang palya, para at least walang sisihan. Because sa inyo rin yan babalik eh. Sabihin mo, naka-declare sa resume mo, ganito, ikaw gumawa, okay, yan yung nasunog, okay, yan yung natumba, ganyan-ganyan. So, sa inyo rin yan nakadepende. Okay, organization. Note how the project will be organized, including reporting and progress. So, organization, being organized, no? Mga reports, there's a progress reports, mga ganyan, accomplishment reports, weekly reports, daily reports, that's very important also. Okay, staff, determine roles and responsibilities of the project team. So, that's very also important, the stuff, no? Because, syempre, halimbawa, electrical ka, hindi mo naman talaga feel yung mechanical. So, dapat ibibigay din natin sa may mechanical. Where is a specific trade, no? May kanya-kanya ka dapat na trade. Kung document controller ka, so dun ka sa document controller. Okay? So, kung ano ka man dyan, PM, PIC, or kung etc. Dun tayo. So, stuff, very important din yan. Okay, communications. That's very important also. So for the communications, decide how the information will be disseminated to whom and with what frequency. Communications, this is sometimes, no, yung mga coordinations, halimbawa may problem, no? There is a problem. So between two contractors, ikaw na project management, ikaw yung responsibility na i-reconcile yung dalawang contractor. So, communications, that's very also important. Okay, risk. Determine what risks are likely, how they'll impact the project, and then plan how to resolve them. So, for example, may mga incidents nangyari po, or mga incident na nangyari. So, you have to investigate ano ang magiging epekto nito sa project. Baka mamaya ipa-hold or ipa-cancel or ipa-stop ang operation ng dole. So, talagang tumagal pa, no? Naging delay pa yung project mo. So, that's very important also, no? Mga risk. Because we have to investigate if there is an incident happen or halimbawa, magtatayo ng scaffoldings. Isa sa mga risk dito yung matumba. So, to avoid na matumba, dapat i-ayos, i-inspect. There is a permit of heights, no? Heights permit, no? So, very important din yan. Okay. Procurement. Decide what work or materials will be contracted. Define those contractors and who they'll go to. So, procurement, ito na yung pagbibigay ng project. So, decide mo. Halimbawa, ikaw, electrical ka. So, doon mo ibibigay sa electrical. Mechanical ka, doon ka ibibigay sa mechanical. Private ko, doon ibibigay sa private. Ikaw, structural ka. So, ganun yun. And, ano ba yung mga dapat i-contract? Ipapasok sa kontrata. Halimbawa, ito, EOSM na lang to, kami na lang magsusupply nito. Ito sa inyo yan. So, isa rin yan sa pinaka-importante para mas klaro, no? Kung ano nga ba yung scope of work or kung ano ba ang trabaho ng isang contractor sa site. Okay? Execution. So, after planning, of course, papasok na si execution. Di naman pwede mag-closing tayo agad. So, execution. Okay, sa execution, now that you've done or you're planning, it's time to start the project. This is where the rubber hits the road. Kasi magsisimula na. But that doesn't mean you're just cursing. This phase is made up of these detailed processes. Okay, executing the plan. So, as per plan tayo. Kung ano ang nakalagay sa plano, yan yung i-execute natin. Maliban na lang if there are some conflicts, no? Kung may mga conflicts, we have to reconcile. Kaya nga, we have a communication. Okay? So, executing the plan. Follow the plan you created. Assign the task to team members and manage and monitor their progress with project management tools like a project dashboard, etc. Okay. We have next, administrate. manage the contract secured in the project. So kung ano yung nasa kontrata, yun dapat yung kanilang scope, yung kanilang scope of work, yung kanilang gagawin. So napaka-importante po yan. Manage the contracts, and actually not the contracts only, but the whole project itself. Okay. Monitor and control. Doon yun papasok sa execution. So while we are doing execution, no, we have to monitor and control. Anong purpose? To ensure that the project plan is being actualized. So kung anong plano, dapat na-actual, na-i-implement. Okay? All aspects of project must be monitored and adjusted as needed. To do this, follow these processes. Reporting. So we have daily reports, weekly reports, monthly report. Reporting have a metric to measure project progress and an instrument to deliver this information. Because yung mga reports na ito, binibigay din natin ito sa may-ari. So, kayong project management, construction management, ibibigay nyo yan sa may-ari. So, ang reports na yan, mga daily reports, anong gagawin ninyo, anong activities ninyo, and weekly reports, ano yung mga accomplishments ninyo for the whole week. Monthly reports, ano ang mga monthly naging accomplishments ninyo for the whole month. So, that's very important. Scope. Monitor scope and control changes. So, very important for us. The quality. Measure the quality of deliverables and make sure that the planned quality is being met. If not, evaluate how to improve the quality. So, ano ba ito? Mostly, ito yung mga nasa specifications. Because sa ating plano, sa ating projects, there is always a specifications or palatuntunan or mga sinusundan. So, ano nga ba yun? To ensure the quality. Halimbawa, ganito yung brand. May mga ganyan. Ganito yung brand, ganito yung strength, ganito yung PSI, ganito yung lahat-lahat. So, that's very important. Also, na kailangan nasusunod yung specification. Schedule. Keep track of delays or blocks that impact the timeline of the project and adjust to stay on track. Okay. Another, we have the cost. Monitor expenses and control cost changes. Halimbawa, may mga change orders. So, hindi basta-basta makapag-change orders. There are so many approvals na pagdadaanan. Una, sa may-ari, then sa designers, no? Yan yung mga considerables natin or yung mga i-consider natin sa change orders. So, because if we have change orders or may mga alterations sa plan, may cost changing din or cost changes. Kaya nga, kailangan din natin i-control and i-monitor ang mga yan. So, kung may mga changes, we have to make sure na kung ano man yung na-agreehan na i-change or babaguhin, yun dapat yung nasusunod. Okay. Risk. No changes in risk throughout the project and respond accordingly. Okay. So, risk. Those are the risks that we have mentioned kanina. So, after initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, control, we have to close the project. So, kung tapos na ang lahat-lahat, we have the closing. The project isn't over once the project goals and objectives have been met. The last phase of the project is closing it out. This involves another set of processes. Scope. Make sure that the project deliverables have been completed as planned. So, kung anong nasa plano, kung ano ang lahat na naagrihan, kung anong mga lahat-lahat na napag-usapan na sa kontrata, dapat nagawa, dapat na kompleto. Administration. Close out all outstanding contracts. So, close out. May mga certificate kasi tayong binibigay, certificate of completion. No? So, close out all outstanding contracts and administrative matters. Archive the paperwork and disseminate the proper parties. So, halimbawa, yan yung mga sinasabi ko or yung sinasabi kong certificate of completion. Completion para sa project. Okay. So, project management processes. The key project management processes which run through all of these phases are phase management, planning, controlling, team management, of course, very important, and team management, para communication, that's also very important, procurement, and integration. Okay, for the phase management, here you ensure that you adequately satisfy the conditions of or for completing each phase. Okay, and for starting the next one. To do this, make sure that you fully understand the gates or deliverables that must be completed and approved by the appropriate stakeholders before you can exceed a phase. Deliverables and sign-off requirements are usually identified in a project initiation document, so review this appropriately during the project. So that's a phase management. Okay, for the planning, carry out high level planning for the whole project at the start of the project. Then do more detailed planning for each phase at the start of each planning. Ensure that you have the right people resources. You see, methodologies. So methodologies is very important also because management is required for that. And supporting tools in place for each planning phase so that you can deliver the project on time, on budget, and to appropriate quality standards. So kung ano yung mga nare-required na standards, on time na matapos, on budget, nasa tamang budget, nasa pasok sa budget. So that's planning, no? Methodologies, pasok din yun kung paano mo ito gawin. So, methods, ganun yun. Okay. Control. It's essential to control scope, cost, and issues and to manage time, risk, and benefits effectively. Create reports that contain the information. You need to create an accurate picture of how things are proceeding. A common way to do this is the use of project dashboard. So, monitoring, parang ganon, no? So, very important also. Team management is project manager. So, halimbawa, if you are the project manager, you are responsible for managing the project team. Of course, ikaw yung team leader. Working on the project is often different from most business as usual. Activities and projects work may require a different approach and set of skills. As such, you'll probably need to specific project management training and support. And there are additional complexities in managing team members who have project responsibilities as well as other roles on the same time. So project manager, you are the one who is managing the whole team. So that is your responsibility. Okay? So communication, make sure that you are clear about who is responsible for communicating to the team members, the project board, the different stakeholders, whether business and relevant third parties and adequate. Communication is a frequent problem area for projects, and it needs considerable attention to communicate well. Our articles and communication skills are useful starting point for developing these essential skills. So communication, because sometimes halimbawa, nirelay mo yung message sa kay ganito pero hindi pala nirelay ni ganito yung message. Another, nirelay mo yung message sa kay structural pero yung gagawa pala dapat si electrical. So, very clear. You have to make sure that you're clear about who is responsible for that. That's very important. Simple lang naman kasi, no? Simple lang, actually very simple if you know the strategies and you know how to do it. Okay? So we have now procurement. This is a specialist area. Many projects hire third parties to manage purchasing, particularly when it involves IT system. Managing these third parties is often the role of the project manager. See, okay, so that's it. The project or the procurement, no? So my third parties integration. Many projects do not stand on their own within an organization. They often impact other areas of the business. Make sure that you consider how the project or how your project will interface with other projects or functions. So integration, that's the integration. So business, no, that's do not stand on their own. So there are within an organization. Okay. So Summary. Okay. So as you can see, initiating process, papasok si planning. So sa planning, there is an execution, executing and controlling. So sabay silang dalawa. Because while you are executing, you are monitoring and controlling for that. So, okay. So closing processes. Yan na yung end, yung katapusan, yung last stage na, last phase na. Okay? So, we have to recall initiating process, recognizing that a project or phase should be keen and committing to do so. Planning processes, devising and maintaining a workable scheme to accomplish the business need that the project was undertaken to address. Executing processes, coordinating people and other resources to carry out the plan. Controlling processes, ensure that project objectives are met by monitoring and then measuring progress to and taking corrective actions when necessary. And the closing is the processes closing processes is formalizing acceptance of the project or phase and bringing it to an orderly end. So again, thank you so much, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, like and my Facebook page, and share this video.